This Sunday, 33,000 runners from around the world will participate in the 50th annual New York City Marathon. Two of those runners share a special bond forged in tragedy. CBS Saturday Morning co-host Dana Jacobson shows us how they come together to run with purpose.
It's going to be such a wonderful day.
Elon Nybrith is best described by his sister Mika in part as a charismatic music lover.
He really appreciated life. He was a loyal person.
So much so that the 21-year-old was staying in Surfside, Florida, a Miami suburb, back on June 24th so that he could attend the funeral of a friend's father. At around 1:30 that morning, the unthinkable happened.
We heard a crash of lightning, the loudest thing I've ever heard.
The Champlain Towers South condo in Surfside collapsed, leaving 98 people dead. Mika remembers her mom waking her later that morning.
At 6 in the morning that day, she opened my door and she said, "The building Elon is in collapsed."
When you got to Surfside, what did you see?
I saw a building in shambles. I knew that they were on the 8th floor, so I just tried to count the floors, and it was just like sand and rubble. It was destruction.
In the painstaking days that followed, Mika met Amnon Leibowitz, a member of an Israeli Defense Forces team that traveled to Florida to help with what at the time was a rescue mission.
I just remember his smile. I think we kind of just clicked. We were speaking the same language.
You're both engineers.
We're both engineers, yes. We're both, I think, very logical, and I think that's how we first started to bond.
Mika is a chemical engineer, Amnon structural.
I would always come up to him being like, "Hey, if you look at this part, like this is like more vulnerable, so maybe we can address this, and so then you don't have to tumble down the other building." I guess I got into my own head, or I call it productive coping, and he understood that.
Mika have a lot of questions and a lot of idea how to do it better, and I gave her time, I gave her space, and I think from this moment we become friends.
For more than 20 years, Amnon, a lieutenant colonel with the Israeli Home Front Command, has been helping with rescue and recovery missions around the world.
Is it normal that there are people that you find that you just connect with like that?
I think this is the first time in my professional life that I'm talking with the family. I never talk with the family. We try to totally make like a wall between the rescuer and the families, because you can't concentrate and be focused on your work when you have an emotional thing. But Mika is different. It's like a family.
Their bond, forever forged in a moment where few words were exchanged, hours before Mika learned her brother Elon was among the dead.
I remember saying hi to him, and you gave me a hug. And I knew, based on that hug, that they had found him. I didn't have proof, but I just knew.
Yeah.
And then a couple hours later, we got the call.
It was the bond that you already had.
Yeah, it was after over 12 days. We couldn't say, they need to identify by the police, and so I give her a hug, but she realized something.
Mika and Amnon have built upon that bond with regular calls and a pact to run the New York City Marathon as a tribute to Elon.
The night that they found Elon, I told him Elon was supposed to run with me. My family was all supposed to be there. All is a hard word for me now.
Did you know right away that you wanted to run with her?
When she told me that Elon promised her to run this marathon, and I said, I will run with you, I don't think I really think about it.
They've been training together, Mika from Chicago and Amnon from Israel, exchanging their stats and keeping each other accountable.
I feel like sometimes, I'm running. I see a leaf fall and I think the building fell. And I go back to the point in time where I'm thinking, how did my brother feel those 5 seconds when the building was falling? And I know it's not healthy, but being able to talk about this with Amnon and tell him, I'm not having a great day.
Right.
He gets it. And I think he relates it all back to the running and says, you're not a quitter, you're strong. So it definitely gives me that strength.
What does it mean to have somebody who also seems to genuinely love you and care for you and cared for your brother even though he never met him?
I don't think I could have done it without him. Sorry.
It's okay.
It just means the world. I feel like I have someone watching over my shoulder.
They're both running in honor of Mika's brother Elon, but for Amnon, the mission extends beyond that.
Part of my running is the honor for the first responder all over the world. We are very similar. We live everything. We are willing to suffer. We are willing to sacrifice. And we are willing to go and put ourselves in danger to help people.
It's all a journey, you know, in the marathon, it is a journey. It's not about finishing, but it's like how you get through each mile at a time.
Right.
And so I think it was really that analog of life is uncertain. You don't know what the next mile might bring, but you got to take it step by step.
Very wise words. On Marathon Day, Mika will be wearing shoelaces from a pair of running shoes that her brother gave her so that she can keep him close. Her fiance made a tag for the sneakers also, which reads, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." And Mika and Amnon are going to be wearing matching shirts. They were designed by Amnon's daughter. He's the father of 5. The oldest is his only daughter, and she's around Mika's age. And he told me that was just another part of their bond, that it's a family bond. It's like a father-daughter type of bond and a friendship, obviously. But you could feel it through the Zoom, even though we obviously didn't have them together in person, because it's today when they'll finally be able to see each other again in person.
Oh, no, I feel it through the TV.
Yeah,
Amnon, what a beautiful human being.
Yes, without a doubt. Funny note, lighter note,
Yeah.
Amnon is a much faster runner than Mika, so they've been training, but they plan on running at the same pace. He's slowing down for her so that they can finish together.
They've each run marathons before, or
No, not her. He has. He's run a handful of marathons already.
Awesome story.
I
Great
know,
job.
when I look at
Dana.
that video again, I forgot how. No, I didn't forget, actually. One of the worst stories I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's devastating to
Tragic.
look at that rubble again.
Yeah.
Wonderful piece.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dana.